Hey all, I'm Allison Bixenman and I'm here today to talk to you all about a 10-day experience pack. I'll share with you how to use the product, what the product is, and how to get your best results from it. Alright, so your very first step that you are going to want to do is to do a couple of different things. You are going to want to start tracking your weight and take measurements. You are also going to want to take some progress pictures. Don't get too invested into these though, because when you're doing your 10-day experience, it might all fluctuate, but that's normal. That's completely normal. Also, drinking tons and tons of water is pretty crucial when you're doing your 10-day experience. What happens is when you're doing your 10-day experience and drinking your ketones, your body is going to be flushing out a lot of water. And when you're flushing water, you're also flushing electrolytes. And when you're flushing those electrolytes away, that's not good because your body needs those electrolytes. So one of the electrolytes that your body will be flushing is sodium, and the exogenous ketones have to bind to a certain mineral, and that mineral that these ketones are binding to is sodium. So your ketones actually contain a lot of sodium, because what will happen is by drinking them and having that, your body's losing a lot of it, so you're just replacing it. So this is so exciting. You guys are absolutely going to love this, and your results can be incredible. The kit that you ordered is going to contain many of the different kinds of products that Pruvit offers. You're going to get to try a bunch of the different flavors and a bunch of the different formulas that we have, and you're going to get to try them all out and see which one is just right for you. Because after you have kind of test driven them all out and have a flavor that you really enjoy, you're going to want to continue on with your experience and order more. Once you order more and have that perfect flavor picked out, you won't be surprised by any of it because you've already tried it. So I'm going to walk you through this and how it kind of all works. Once you get your experience in the mail, you can take your ketones at any time of the day, any part. It doesn't really matter, morning, afternoon. It's totally up to you and what you prefer. To start off, you'll want to have 1 ketone per day. Eventually, you might want to bump it up and have 2 per day. Having 2 per day can help in a lot of different ways. Having 2 per day will help aid in any weight loss goals that you have. So we said to start off with 1 packet a day. Now the first couple of days, what I would do, and I suggest that you do, is take that packet and split it in half. You're going to want to have half of that packet in the morning and half in the afternoon. We do this because you might experience some digestive discomfort. You might have some diarrhea, which is totally normal. It is a side effect from this, but it's actually a really good sign. If that's happening, and it might not, but if it's happening, you are getting rid and you're flushing out some of the toxins in your body. So you can have your ketones with food or without food. You can have it on an empty stomach or the other way. It doesn't really matter. There are a couple pros and cons for each of them. If you're having it with food, it's going to slow the absorption down. So if you are struggling with your stomach and some digestive issues, then you might want to have it with food so that it slows kind of that process down of getting into your bloodstream. So that's something that you could do to help your body out. So let's say you know that you're going to have carbs all day, or it's the weekend, and which in my experience on the weekends, I kind of fall off track more than the week. So if you know that you're going to have carbs all day, or you know you're going to have a meal that's loaded with carbs, have your ketones 3 to 4 hours before those carbs, and then have another one within 3 hours from that meal, or within 3 hours from all of those carbs. It gets your body back into ketosis. Like I said, it makes it flexible for you to have those types of foods in your diet. In your 10-day experience, you guys, you need to give it your all. I suggest that you do try to limit carbs as much as you can, and use your ketones when you want them, and try to watch what you eat, because your first full 10-day experience is kind of the beginning of everything for you. So in your package, you are going to get a mixture of flavors and a mixture of formulas that Pruvit has to offer. Some of them are caffeinated, some of them are not caffeinated. I'll go through each of the flavors and kind of talk about what they are, what they taste like, and when you might want to have them. So for sure, in your 10-day experience, you are going to get some OS flavors. The OS products, if they have the caffeine, they'll be charged, and if they don't, then it'll be uncharged. The charged ones have as much caffeine as a medium-sized coffee, so that's kind of comparable to that. One of the flavors is chocolate swirl. A lot of people just mix it with plain water and they kind of say it tastes like a Tootsie Roll. Some people actually put it with cold coffee. And when they put it with their cold coffee, they said it kind of tastes like a caramel latte. Another OS flavor that you'll get in your 10-day experience is the Orange Dream. And people say, and I personally think it tastes like a creamsicle. Sometimes people don't just put it with just water and shake it. They get the sparkling like Dasani waters. A good one to have with the Orange Dream is the lime sparkling water. They put it with the lime sparkling water and blend it up and shake it up in their blender bottle and enjoy that. I will say that all of the flavors are so different, and some people really enjoy them and some people not so much. Completely up to you and your taste buds. So the Orange Dream that I was talking about actually has MCT oil. It helps your body naturally produce the ketones if you're following a ketogenic diet, and I do recommend that you don't start with this on your 10-day experience. I would wait to the middle or the end to give this one a try because it can be a little tough or hard on your stomach. So those are the two OS flavors that you'll get for sure in your 10-day experience. And then you'll also get some max flavors. Now, my 10-day experiences kind of vary. The max flavors that you might get, I have 3 of them here to start off with to show you. 3 of the max flavors. Now the max flavors have 40% more ketones than the OS flavors, and they have as much caffeine, if you get the charged kind, as a small cup of coffee. What they had to do is they had to kind of balance out the ketones, because these have more ketones. They had to balance out the caffeine in them. So max flavors have less caffeine but 40% more ketones. These also put you in ketosis within an hour, and it's said to be up to 4 to 6 hours. 4 to 6 hours of ketosis. So that's why people do like to have 2 a day, so that they can kick themselves into ketosis again once they're out of it. So we'll talk about my favorite flavor first. My favorite flavor is the raspberry lemonade. You guys, it is so good. It's tart a little bit. It is sweet. Especially the first couple of times you try the raspberry lemonade, it is sweet, but it does get better. If it's too sweet for you, you can add water to it. You can add more water, more ice to it, and shake it up. But the sweetness does kind of go away. A lot of people just use water for this one. There's not a full recipe that you need to use for this. It's really plain and simple. I do suggest that you try this first when you're starting your 10-day experience off. You can't go wrong with a raspberry lemonade. Another one that you could start off with first, and another really good flavor, is the Maui Punch. Maui Punch also comes in caffeinated and uncaffeinated. Charged, uncharged, has 40% more ketones, puts your body into ketosis. I like to use the Maui Punch just with water and ice in my shaker cup, and I definitely like to use it kind of as a pre-workout. Now, these aren't necessarily a pre-workout for you, but people do use them. I think I get way more out of my workout when I have a ketone before. I definitely make sure I have that full glass of water before I have this. I'll drink most of mine before my workout starts. Just a reminder, and I don't think I've said this yet, when you have your ketones, don't chug them. You need to drink them over like 20 minutes to an hour long. So when I have a workout that's maybe in the afternoon or at night, I will have one of these about an hour before my workout or 30 minutes before my workout, and then finish it up as I'm working out. It's very punch flavory. It tastes like Hawaiian punch. It's called Maui Punch. So it is another popular flavor and another good one to start off with. Another max flavor that I know you chocolate lovers out there are like, where's the chocolate? This is Swiss Cacao, and this Swiss Cacao is really good in many different ways. It smells like hot chocolate, like the powder for hot chocolate, and some people put it with cold coffee and mix it up with a little bit of creamer. Some people just use water and ice, and some people, I have tried it before, but some people do this with almond milk, and it tastes just like chocolate milk. So if you're a milk lover, and especially chocolate milk, this is for you. It is really good with almond milk, and it's also a max flavor. Remember, you can have those at any time of the day. Whenever you feel like you're in a slump, I would have them. Like I said, a lot of people start off in the morning right away with their ketones. So those are kind of all of the flavors that will be in your 10-day experience. There are other flavors that might pop in there, and that's because Pruvit sometimes does a flash sale, and so those products I buy boxes of and stock them on up for you guys to try too. They're not always available to buy, so if you get a different flavor in your 10-day experience, that's because I love you and I wanted to have that flavor for you to try because it's so good. A couple of them off the top of my head are Splash, which is kind of a grapefruit watermelon flavor. There is Midnight, which is kind of like a black cherry vanilla. There is Blue Ocean, which is like a really good pina colada flavor, a good time summer drink there. And Heart Tart was released for a flash sale, and I stocked up on a little bit of that too. That's kind of like a strawberry Jolly Rancher kind of. It's really good. So if you see a different flavor in your 10-day experience, don't be alarmed. That's just because I had some that I want to share with you guys. Another thing that will be in your 10-day experience, it's not a ketone, but it's Keto Cream. And like I said earlier, I don't drink coffee, but I'm in love with this Keto Cream. I just mix it with hot water, and others who like coffee will make a pot of hot coffee and shake it up with their hot coffee. Some blend it, some just shake it. Just be careful when you shake it. There's a lot of pressure, so open your shaker cup lid after a few shakes to release some of that pressure so you don't have a big old disaster in your kitchen. The Keto Cream, like I said, does not have ketones, but it helps your body naturally produce them. The Keto Cream is kind of full of healthy fats, so if you're not following a keto diet or a low-carb diet, you just have to be aware of that. There's collagen in here, there's MCT oil. It's so good for your hair, skin, and nails. There's a lot of benefits to the Keto Cream. A lot of people will have it in the morning and then a ketone a few hours later, or have that ketone in the afternoon. Some people like to have their ketones in the morning, and then they like to have their Keto Cream over the noon hour. But by pairing these two up together can do really good things for you too. I cannot wait for you guys to experience some of the benefits that ketones have to offer for you. When you order your ketones, and I will put a link down below for you to check out the website to order. When you order the ketones, you will get a 20-day supply box. And if you order that on Smart Ship, you will pay full price the first month, and then every month after that, as long as you are on Smart Ship, you will be getting a 22% off discount. And also, what most people do as well is they add in a box of the 20 days of Keto Cream. You don't have to have Keto Cream every single day, but it's always nice to throw in to your daily routine a little bit here and there so that you can experience some of the benefits from the cream itself too. You don't have to be on the ketogenic diet to be using ketones. That's what ketones are for, is to help you put yourself into ketosis by not following the diet. Obviously, with the diet, you'll have major success, but you don't have to follow it. I just want to thank you guys for your time. Thank you for getting started, and welcome. I cannot wait to hear and to see your guys' results with this amazing product.